So Japanese government is always requesting the Japanese people to change their ways, and they would like to induce behavioral changes. But if you have studied any bit of psychology or cognitive science, you realize that it's quite actually difficult to induce people's behavioral change, because people do not have actually free will as such. Their behavior is based on myriad of parameters, and it is quite difficult to control the whole spectrum of parameters affecting people's behavior, even if impose strong sanctions. And so even if government's advice on people to behave in certain ways is successful, then you really need to prepare your contingency plans if you're in a responsible position. The Japanese government has not been doing that. It is, I think, based on the mindset of people who largely assume that people would behave in a certain way when required by law or ethics, or second, that is the Japanese idea of society at large, putting peer pressure on people. And this failure of the Japanese government and Japanese society in general to come up with a contingency plan is so characteristic and has repeated itself many times within history, during war times and during peacetime and so on. And we see the same cognitive failure happening again. So this is quite lamentable, and I'm always making noises through my social media accounts and YouTube and so on. But it appears that change in this behavior is also difficult to induce. So maybe there's this self-referential loop here. I'm saying that it is wrong for the government to come up with a plan which would impose people's behavior change, and it's wrong for the government to expect people to change their ways. And I am also should be aware at the same time that it is difficult for me probably to come up with some plans or some set of advices for the government to for that, so that they would change their ways in substantial way. So this conundrum of self-referential loop of difficult behavioral changes is quite interesting, but also at the same time kind of devastating to watch happening in this beautiful country. Look at the beauty of this country. It's so wonderful. Every nation has its problems, so I'm just stating mine. Have a good day.